for the bullshit. I'm here for the times I could chill and you don't trigger. Tell me what you want, make it real quick. TikTok, IG for size that I'm not with. So, are you gonna give me your...
What's going on, y'all? This is one half of the Man Duelers, your man Stacks from the Dime.
Yes, you know who it is. Your boy GQ, Big 2, episode 9. Stacks, what we talking about, my dog?
Today, we're going to predict the playing teams, man. It's a couple playing teams trying to get that 7th or 8th playoff spot. We're going to try to make our predictions. So who going to make it? Who you got?
Again, spicy. Wemby, 40 and 20. Brunson, 61. Shit getting spicy. Real spicy.
Real spicy in this joint.
What else you got?
Draymond ejected in the first couple minutes of the game. Is he bugging or not? Kelly Oubre calling refs out they name and talking about their mothers and all that. How do y'all feel about it?
Episode 9, find out. Subscribe, like, comment. See you later. Big 2. Hey, Man Duelers.
What's going on, y'all? This is one half of the Man Duelers, your man Stacks from the Dime.
Yes, you know what it is. Your boy GQ, Big 2, episode 9. We made it. Episode 9, 1 away from 10. Stacks, how you feeling?
Feeling real good, man. We over here 9 weeks straight, man. Keeping this shit rolling, man, for y'all, man, for the community.
Sir.
We doing this.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's get into some topics, man.
So I got the first topic. You know we got to talk about the Knicks. I got my man Dante Divencenzo.
Yep.
Early in the week hit 11 threes. He just hit 6 threes yesterday to get the all-time record for the most three-pointers made by a New York Knick ever. My question is Dante Divencenzo the best shooter that the Knicks ever had?
I think that's a reach. Carmelo Anthony is the best shooter. That the Knicks ever had. No, I mean, got to put respect on that. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like defense and a lot of things have changed in the NBA. So I think that the game is coming a little bit easier to a lot of the new guys, the young guys, the faster guys. But the way Melo did it, or the way, bro, we had good shooters, bro. We had good shooters for the Knicks. I mean, I don't want to go too crazy, but even guys like Steve Novak was getting crazy.
Novak had that
off the three, you know what I'm saying?
Hell
Novak had that good run, you know what I mean? So I give it to him that he will be one of the best. You know what I mean? He came in short. He did it in a short time.
Yeah, second year.
He did it in a short time frame, second year. So shout out to Dante, you know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna say that Carmelo Anthony is the best Knicks shooter though.
Okay, so to me, Melo he's definitely the top scorer we ever had. Between him, like Bernard King. You can put Patrick Ewing in there if you want. Shooters, that's why I started putting it down, because Melo's an all-around scorer, but he can shoot. So now that the shooters that we had, I'm gonna break down the list. So let me know if it's like we had John Starks.
True.
He used to, I mean, he was a shooter.
True.
I mean, he used to play defense and all that. So he was a great shooter. We had Allen Houston.
Right.
Allen Houston used to shoot the ball, great shooter. Right. You could also bring up Steve Novak. Novak had that stretch where he was with the Knicks. He was on fire. And I'm saying along with that little insanity run. So it was on fire. So if I'm comparing him to that, I can't say he the best shooter Knicks had ever, but he's the best shooter that we've had
in a long time.
Right. So, but if he continues to do this stretch, he will be. And then Eric Fournier, shout out to Fournier, because he had 2 of the top 5 spots for most threes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
he pull that Knicks 3-point list.
Yeah,
so that's
he
crazy.
passed Fournier. Fournier was at 241.
That's insane.
So Fournier was number 1. So I could actually put Fournier in that great shooter.
Shout out Evan Fournier.
In category 2. So him passing them for being straight shooters, he's knocked down right now. I like DiVincenzo to be the best shooter that we had, man. Like, if he continues to do this, he'll definitely be the best shooter we ever had.
Yeah.
But right now, he's the best shooter we had on the team. Statistics show it.
So I guess as up to, because Dante broke the record, right?
Yes, sir.
Yo, so I guess as of up until then, you had John Starks, Allen Houston, Carmelo Anthony, Julius Randle, Jamal Crawford. This is top 10. Charlie Ward, Trent Tucker, Tim Hardaway Jr. Forgot my boy was definitely lighting it up in the Madison Square Garden. R.J. Barrett, and then we got Emmanuel Quickly. Oh, shout out to Emmanuel Quickly for even being on that top 10. Shout out to that.
That's what's up.
Shout out to him and RJ, man. So that's what's up. Dante came in 2 years.
This is second year on the team. He's with his Villanova guys, Brunson.
That's tough.
And Hart. It shows you what chemistry can do. You with guys that you comfortable with and all that. Like, your game gets a whole lot better.
Dante, you tough for that. Dante, you are tough for that.
Shout out to Dante doing this thing.
Shit, I ain't even gonna lie. That's fire, bro. I didn't looking at that list and then hearing. That's crazy. That's crazy. So Stacks, what I got for you is
what's up?
The Mavs beat the Kings, right?
Okay.
And after the Mavs beat the Kings, Luka walked by, waving bye-bye to the crowd and waved bye-bye to Vlade Divac. You know what I mean?
That's my man Vlade?
He did it to Vlade, hit him with the bye-bye. Then he hit the crowd with the, yo, blame him. It's his fault. He should have drafted me. Hit him with that. You know what I mean? So, the top 3 picks before Luka Doncic in that draft was DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley at 1 and 2. Then it was Luka Doncic. You telling me y'all passed on Luka for DeAndre Ayton? Shout out DeAndre, that's my dog. And for Marvin Bagley. Shout out to Marvin Bagley too. But now look, now Luka is torching. He's torching. Tell me about that. What you think about Luka, man? What you think about that? Passing up on Luka and seeing what he's doing to the league, man. What you think about that?
Individually, Luka been doing his thing. He been killing. But if I'm Vlade, I'm still looking at him because my team has still got a better record in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got De'Aaron Fox. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You won't make me feel too bad, but I do understand, like, when you get drafted and other guys get drafted ahead of you, you keep that as a player, you keep that in your mind. Like, I'm about to try to bust these guys' ass every
100%. You know that. Oh, you drafted these 2 niggas before me. I'm about to kill y'all every time I play y'all.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So shout out to Luka for, like, understanding that. That just shows that he got a heart of a champion. You know what I'm saying? That he remembers little things that. It shows that, you know what I'm saying? He's motivated. So that's dope. They still, like I said, the Kings still got a better record. They still looking like they're gonna make a good playoff run, and the Mavericks looking like they trying to play for the play-in. So if I'm Vlade, I wouldn't feel too mad.
Respectfully, you like that? You like Luka energy though?
I do. But I was gonna say that. I ain't
gonna lie. Yeah, Luka on demon time.
I love his energy.
Luka, stay on that timing, man. Stay on that demon time, man.
That's it.
Should never passed up on a kid, man.
That's what's up.
What you got?
So following it up with the Dallas Mavericks, they've been on a 6-game winning streak, and they've been 9-1 in their last 10 games.
Right.
Winning against the Nuggets, and they beat the Kings twice. Not me going to that team you talking about.
They balling.
So how scary is the Dallas Mavericks going into the playoffs?
The Mavericks are scary. Now, to me, Luka obviously, but that Kyrie effect too. You had that Kyrie effect, that playoff experience.
Now he got help with him now.
You know what I mean? You got help with him, and we seen what Kyrie did with LeBron. We know what Kyrie could do. You know what I mean? This is not nothing. Like, he not new to this. He true to this. You know what I mean? So I feel like you seeing Kyrie in the playoffs, and with Luka, they have a good team. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Luka know how to get the ball down to the big men. You know what I mean? They putting the ball in the basket. Then you also got Tim Hardaway Jr. That's another weapon on the outside. They are scary. You don't just want to see the Mavs in the early rounds. You don't want to see them.
I think Mavs is a severe matchup problem. Luka by himself was single-handedly getting at the Clippers for the last 4 or 5 years. So now, like you said, he got help with a guy like Kyrie that's proven in the playoffs. The lights ain't too big for him. Ain't like he's going into battle with Tim Hardaway by himself now. Now he got somebody else that he could take a couple plays off while he could get hot and go crazy. So Mavericks, a hot Mavericks is extremely scary because you can't stop them.
You thinking title? You thinking title though?
I wouldn't say title. That's why I say they a matchup problem for other teams that's kind of guard heavy. Like they're a matchup problem for the Clippers.
Right.
They could be a matchup problem for the Pelicans for the most part, depending on what Zion we get. Whatever team don't really have a superior big man, a center that got a whole bunch of other great pieces, Luka could get at them. Luka could get at the Celtics. I know they're on the other side, but just the way the team is designed, those type of teams that the Mavericks would be matchup problems for. But when you put them up against a Denver, or you might put them up against, I'm saying, other teams that have a center.
I would say they kind of even. I would say
it makes it tough.
I would not. I'm sorry, not to cut you. I was just trying to piggyback off of that Denver, Dallas thing. But outside of Jokic, I know that the Denver Nuggets players they kind of tall, but I feel like Luka and Kyrie break that down, bro. They break that down. I'm even gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I see a championship this year. I don't see it. I think there's still another piece that's missing. It could be a big man. I don't know what. I think it's another piece that's missing. So I don't see a championship, but they definitely breaking down. If it's just we just got to deal with Jokic, we could deal with that. I think that Mavericks could deal with that.
I feel like they designed the perfect way. If you got another guard superstar, they a stopper. But they don't got no answer for AD. They don't got no answer for. I would even say a Nurkic coming from Phoenix, just because he got all them other weapons around him. Now you forced one-on-one with Likely and these guys. Now Gafford, that was a great pickup.
That was a great pickup. Yeah, that was a great pickup. And PJ too, though.
PJ, he able to help out with scoring and everything, but I feel like the lights is gonna get kind of bright for him in certain moments. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got Kyrie there. So hopefully PJ and Tim Hardaway Jr. could combine to give you that third option you need scoring wise. You know what I'm saying? So I think I go back to thinking they're a matchup problem, but if you slow the game down, you know what I'm saying, and you got star power along, it'll be a great series. But a hot Mavericks team, I don't think nobody want to see a hot Mavericks team, especially in the play-in.
That's tough. I actually like that. The West is stacked, son.
It's about matchups in the West, for real.
And the record shit don't matter right now for the West. All that you first, second, third, that don't matter.
3 teams.
You don't want to see certain teams in that West. Just like LeBron and the Lakers and them went on there was like a 3-game, 4-game winning streak. I know they just lost, but they went on a running streak too. Yo, you don't want to see the Lakers. You don't want to see them.
Yeah, heated
hungry.
Up.
You know what I'm saying? You probably don't want to see that. You don't want to see that Dallas Mavericks team. You don't want to see that.
So
stay in Texas.
Stay in Texas?
Let's stay in Texas.
What you got?
Wemby.
Okay.
40-20.
What'd he do today? 40-20?
40-20 against Brunson's 61-point game. Spurs ended up winning. That was a very controversial game, know what I mean? It was looking like refs versus Knicks, but it is what it is. We're gonna talk about that another time.
It be like that sometimes.
Wemby, 40-20, 7 threes, 2 steals, 1 block, 13 for 22 field goals, and 4 for 9 from 3-point percentage. Brunson, 61 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 25 for 47. That's crazy. 25 for 47 from field goal, 5 for 13 from 3-point percentage. Which performance did you like better?
I'm taking Wemby because Wemby got the win.
Okay.
You can have 80 with the loss. It's like it's not as sweet. You know what I mean? You still gotta go home and say you took that L. So Wemby with that 40-20. And it was a close game.
As a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie, it makes it look like they needed all of that 40 and they needed all of that 20 to make it happen, and you made it happen. So I'm going to take that 40-20 with the win. I believe he had 7 assists as well. So he was close to a triple-double. He was doing his thing.
I'm sorry, he had 7. Yep, he had 7 assists.
Yeah, so I mean, he was definitely balling out. Pop let that man off a leash, and he been killing. We predicted that from before the All-Star break, and we was like, at the end of the All-Star break, that second half of the season, you're going to start seeing him shoot over people. You're going to start seeing him get to spots, and then he's going to start making the game look a lot easier. So he's looking like that right now, but going back to your question, I would definitely take that Wemby's game. How about you?
Me personally, I'm gonna take that 40-20 also. But it's not that Brunson's 61 was bad. 47 shots is crazy. But I feel like where was the rest of the team at? Where was everybody else? You know what I mean? Where was the help? Why did he have to take 47 shots? All right, cool. He might have been chucking, but Brunson is not that type of player to chuck. You know what I mean?
My main question is, why do Brunson got to shoot 47 shots in a close game against the Spurs?
Yeah. Why is Brunson shooting 47 shots?
So that's a bad shot. If he shot 47 shots in the wire going against the Celtics and the Bucks, I bet we need all those 47. But now it's like we going against the Spurs. Like, who else could score? I know somebody else could do something against the Spurs. So it's like that's what I was more
outside of that, 5 for 13 from 3, which means he was definitely trying to win this game. You know what I mean? He was definitely trying to take the shots. He was definitely trying to get them. But I'm gonna also take the 40-20 game. 40-20 as a rookie, 4 for 9 from 3 and 13 from 22 from the field, which means he's not just throwing up the ball. He's not just because he's 7'5", just putting up anything because he's taller than everybody. He's taking strategic shots, and he's knocking them down. You know what I'm saying?
I fucked with it,
bro. As a rookie at 7'5", that's more than 50%. I mean, it's over 50%. So. You gotta give it to him, bro. I'm telling you, Wemby has a chance to be in the Rookie of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to do it.
Make history. Why not?
He's going to do it.
If anybody do it,
he's going to do it. If anybody could do it, Wemby, you are going to be the Defensive Player of the Year and the Rookie of the Year. 40-20 as a fucking rookie, and with the win, and he took the game ball and threw it in the stands.
Yeah, you violated Brunson on that one, man.
No, it's not a violation. Man, respectfully, man. You had 61.
He could do that because he beat him.
Because he beat him.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
If he would have lost and he did that, it might have been a problem.
Because he beat him.
You feel me?
Because he beat him.
So shout out to Wemby. You got the win. You could throw the ball if you want to. Fuck it.
What you got for me, sir?
Shit. Question.
Yeah.
My question is, which number 2 option in the NBA has the most potential to run their own team? I'm going to break down some names for you.
You got the list. All right, bet. Let me see. What's up?
Which number 2 option on an NBA team has franchise leading potential? Number 1, we got the guy that we all know, Boston Celtics, Jalen Brown.
Okay.
Can Jalen Brown be on his own team and lead a franchise?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 100%.
You can see Jalen Brown doing that?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, now I also got the number 2 on the Atlanta Hawks, DeJounte Murray. Just hit a game winner.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think DeJounte Murray could go on his own team and lead a team?
DeJounte didn't do that bad on the Spurs.
He didn't.
He didn't do that bad on the Spurs.
DeJounte, if he still be there with Wemby, they might be on to something.
DeJounte and Wemby is I'd take that trade with Wemby over that. But DeJounte, he did all right on his own team. I feel like it depends on where he goes. Like I feel like DeJounte on like, let's say if we send them to like Detroit or some shit like that, I don't see nothing really changing. Or we send them to fucking Washington, I don't see nothing changing.
They still garbage.
Yeah, still nothing.
Okay, and with Jalen Brown, you feel like now these teams in the playoffs.
Something's happening. Yeah, something's happening.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I vote yes for Jalen Brown, and I also vote yes for Murray. I think Murray at a point where he was on the when he had the leash let loose when he was on the Spurs, he was actually getting triple doubles.
Yeah, he was all right on the Spurs.
And then he went to play number 2 on the Hawks, and it kind of slowed him down a little bit because he wanted that contract, get that money. But I'm pretty sure Trae Young gonna be moving up out of there soon, and that will be a Murray team. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my predictions. I got my man from the Brooklyn Nets, my boy, shout out, Cam Thomas.
Okay.
The young boy.
Yeah.
The lethal weapon. You think Cam Thomas could lead his own team?
Yes. Cam Thomas could lead the fucking Nets if they let him.
He should.
He should. He should be leading the Nets.
I don't know what's happening.
Y'all want to keep him on the bench. I need to unleash that boy and let him work.
Come on, man. Cam Thomas averaging 20 points. And then going back to the Nets, their organization is fried right now to me. They made him start games, so now he started enough. He can't be considered 6th man of the year. He's averaging 21. Last season, he averaged 10 points.
So now they smoked the 6th man. Come on.
So they basically smoked 6th man of the year for him. Now he could basically get most improved player, but he's going against Maxey and a couple other dudes that's having great seasons. So that's a lot more competitive, but I still think he should get most improved. So you here first, most improved player? Know what I'm saying? I got Paolo in there, and I got Cam Thomas in there. If you ask me, I'm going with New York, man. Cam Thomas, man. Let's rock out.
I agree.
So Cam Thomas, I believe Cam Thomas can have his own team.
I agree. He needed that is his team. The Nets is his team.
It's about to. Right now, it's really still Bridges' team, but they need to start that man and let him do what he need to do and start building pieces around him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I got another piece that we all know.
Yeah.
From the Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray.
Right.
Can Jamal Murray go on his own team and make them a playoff contender? Can he go on Washington and now all of a sudden they a playoff contender? Can he go on the Spurs and they a playoff contender? Is he a missing piece?
Before injury, prior to injury, yes. Right now, Jamal, I don't think so. Jamal's a good team player. He's a good system player. He got Jokic with him, know what I mean? So they able to ping pong. I feel like if you give him some good pieces, then maybe, but Jokic is a one-on-one player, you know what I mean? I guess he was basically lucky. Anybody is basically lucky to get paired with something like that, you know what I mean? Just the same way as if you get lucky to get paired with Wemby if you play for the Spurs. So I feel like maybe not, but it just depends on the piece. But Jamal, before injury, was killing. Bubble Jamal Murray.
Yeah, he was doing his
demon.
Thing. That was a great streak.
You know what I mean? So I guess before the injury, I would say yeah, but right now, I would just say no. Not right now.
I might say something that's a little bit unpopular right now.
It's good.
I ain't saying Jamal Murray ain't like that, right?
Right.
I'm saying I seen Jamal Murray a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
I seen him before.
Right.
And Jokic helps that out a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I see Jordan Clarkson could score in bunches the same way how Jamal Murray can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he don't got a Jokic that can always control the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a Jamal Crawford. It's always a scorer. But my thing with Jamal Murray, he can score, but it's just that consistency of scoring to be that number one option.
Right.
And to me, that's what he lacks. You know what I'm saying? So I would not say he could go on his team and lead. He would just have to be a lethal scorer everywhere he goes. Kind of like Bradley Beal. It's like Bradley Beal is similar like that. It's Bradley Beal don't got Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? With those type of guards, them undersized two guards that can score all day, and they mainly attributes on offense, you got to balance that out with something else.
But I ain't gonna lie. Bradley Beal held down the Wizards when he was Dolo. He held it down.
He held it down, but they didn't do nothing. He just got his accolades. Like he just got his head.
Yeah, he just got his score. But then they made a playoff run with Bill before by himself.
I think that was when Westbrook was there, and Westbrook made that
yeah,
time. He pulled it.
Yeah.
When Bill was with John
Wall. They made one.
Wall,
Yeah, I remember they made one before. They definitely made one.
Young Bill was with John Wall. I don't know if John Wall and Bill made it when Bill was young, but I know when Bill was at his apex, that's when Westbrook came over there and they made the playoffs.
Yeah, when Westbrook came, them two, that 1-2 punch was demon. Westbrook and Bill. But I'm not gonna lie, I like Bill by himself. Bill by himself as a bowler, I just think that one more player, you know what I mean? Then he should be all right. But I'm gonna lie. Basically, what LeBron did with the Cavs is leading a team. That's what we basically saying, right? When LeBron had nobody over there and he came out of nowhere and took them to the playoffs. You just
made them up. I'll give an example that's lower than LeBron. Jalen Brunson. We picked up Brunson and we got more. Right, so it don't gotta be the most.
But he had pieces though. Brunson had pieces to work with for us to go this far. LeBron had nobody and went to the finals against the Spurs.
Right, and that's why LeBron. Know what I'm saying?
Nobody went to the finals against the Lakers. So we talking about that type of shit. I think Jalen Brown can do that. Let's look at that list again.
Jalen Brown,
DeJounte Murray can't do that. Tyrese Maxey.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bull. I don't know yet because he's on and off sometime if Joel is not playing. So I'm gonna say no if we're talking on that type of time. Ken Thomas, I think he could do that because we've seen him doing it. Know what I mean? From off the bench, we've seen him doing it. And then with his couple of starts, we've seen him go crazy.
We got Jamal Murray.
No. Prior to injury, no, still no, because like you said, he had Jokic to run with that piece.
Jokic balances all that shit out. So
Zion, yes.
Pelicans, Zion Williamson, what you got?
Yes.
Zion go on his own team, and if Zion go to the Washington Wizards, they a playoff team?
In the East, yes.
If he goes
Zion, Poole, Kuz, and the rest of them other guys, yeah. In the East, yeah. Yep.
I believe both sides. I mean, it'll still be a lot harder in the West, but I think Zion do got the talent, know what I mean, to lead the way. And if he do got those pieces, they don't got to be no great piece like you said, how LeBron did it, where just a shooter here, a good role player there, like how a Poole and everything is. Yeah, you give him some pieces, I think they can make the playoffs. Are they championship contenders like how LeBron did it? Nah.
No.
But they are. That is that piece that they need, so somebody else now could come in. It's a great situation. And last but not least, I got the Timberwolves' own Karl Anthony Towns. Do you think Karl Anthony Towns can go on his own situation and make it work? If you put that man on Washington, are they a playoff contender? You put that man on Detroit, are they scary? Are you like, damn, we got to start watching Detroit now? No. What is your thoughts on Karl Anthony Towns as a second option? Can he lead a franchise?
No. Because he was in Minnesota Dolo for a minute. I mean, he kind of always had some pieces.
They always gave him somebody. Yeah, it's just that somebody never worked out.
He had some randoms here and there, but even as I'm saying, even with that, it didn't work out. We're gonna see how it work out this time. We're gonna see how it work out with Ant-Man and all of them. But
yeah, because all them other time he was the number one.
Yeah, he was the number one.
Now he's not the number two.
One. All right, so bad. So him as the number one, he leaves. He goes to. Give me a team that's like they don't have a big man and he could just go in there and just dominate.
Put him on the Spurs. Spurs are going to the playoffs?
Him and Wemby, yeah. Yep. Him and Wemby, they going to the playoffs.
Okay.
They're going to the play-in. We're going to the play-in.
Play-in. I know there'll be a lot of great moments, a lot of highlights.
There's going to be a lot of highlights. There's going to be a highlight. Because I could think about what DeMarcus and AD did. I think that we have a similarity there.
Okay, what if you put him on the Hawks? Trae Young, Murray, Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh yeah, they're making a run. Yeah, hell yeah, they're making a run. Hell yeah, and with
that's a big three right there.
And with fucking What's my man's? What's my Capella? Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, they making a run in the East.
Okay.
That's not his own team, though, because that's Trey. That's not his own team. That's pieces.
All right, so if Trey not there,
I want no pieces. No pieces. We throw him on who the bottom. Let's see who the bottom of the
Detroit
of the West.
Spurs.
Let's see who the bottom of the West.
Washington.
Bottom of the West is the Spurs. All right, that's Wemby's team. Portland, you put them in Portland, they're not going nowhere. That's the bottom of the West. Bottom of the East is Detroit. You put them in Detroit, nowhere. Put them in Washington, nowhere. Put them in Charlotte, maybe. With LaMelo, but that's not his own team. That's LaMelo's team. So basically, put him in Detroit, no, and put him in Portland, no.
He won't be able to lead.
Hell no.
All right. There you got it there. That's my list. So what's the next one, Q? What you got?
Hell to the nah. Hell no.
To the
no. Hell no. To no.
Shout out to Cat, man. Incredible talent, man.
Yeah. All right, Stacks. The Heat, Jimmy Butler and them boys. They beat the Blazers by 60.
Damn.
60. 6-0. Do you think that defense in the NBA, that no defense and all this shit is a plague? Like all of this high scoring and, you know, chucking up threes and we putting up 150, 140, 160 on a night-to-night basis. You know what I mean? The score ended up being 142 to 82. What do you think needs to change about that? Or do the Blazers just fucking suck?
Oh, it's a little bit of everything. The Blazers do suck right now.
Right.
The defense ain't gonna change. It's kind of like the NFL. The more scoring, the more fans that it brings in, the more global attractions and all of that. So that part really ain't going nowhere. It's with me, the way I be looking at it, a lot of organizations don't be on game. A lot of organizations, they be drafting people. They, like, for example, Portland, they drafted Scoot Henderson to kind of replace Damian Lillard, but then you put Scoot Henderson in the G League so he could develop. It's like, bro, if you developing him, put him in the game. He's supposed to replace Damian Lillard. Like, how you going to get him any reps?
What is he here for if he not getting reps?
So it's like the moves that organizations be making, it just be a lot of bad moves, or you could tell it's people that stuck in their ways and then the organization suffers. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Portland out there with 5 guards out there and only 2 centers on the team. And it's like, you wonder why they failing. And you know what I'm saying? So a lot of organizations hurt players by the moves that they make. The players can only play the game, but you got to put them in position. Right. So when I see a team lose by 60, I know players ain't better than players that much where they lose by 60. It's some coaching involved in that. It's some organizational things that's going on in that. That is just turmoil. So losing by 60 ain't a good look for your organization. I think if you lose by 60, the organization should be penalized.
Losing by 60 is crazy.
You got to be 60 bands. You got to be penalized. Like,
and then not even outside of losing by 60, bro. You let them put up 142.
They just
142
quit.
Is crazy. They just gave up and let them run.
The team quit. So Chauncey Billups as the coach, I always watched him as a player. He was always a leader and a stand-up dude. So I know they not quit. I hope they not quitting on Chauncey Billups, man. So whatever that is, they got to figure that out.
Yeah, you know, these coaches get fired left and right, man. So hopefully Chauncey don't get fired. My take on that is that the NBA needs to step up a little bit of the defensive aggression. Let them play ball. Like, I'll even take that 2016 basketball run. That 2016 basketball run was beautiful basketball. You know what I mean? Ended up with the Cavs coming back 3-1 and winning the finals. You know what I mean? But just that whole entire year, I feel like that entire year of basketball was insane. You know what I mean? And if we could even go back to those type of times, bro, let them play ball a little bit more. Let them get a little bit more aggressive on defense. You know what I mean? Stop calling these soft-ass texts. I feel like the game does have to be modified a little bit, and just let them play basketball a little bit more. Let them play defense. You know what I mean? Let us see a little bit more Patrick Beverleys. That's how we produce a little bit more Kawhi Leonard, a little bit more Ron Artest. You gotta let them play basketball. You know what I mean? We shouldn't just have these 3, 4, 5 guys here and there that they become these defensive guys. The Tony Allens, the Avery Bradleys, you know what I mean? We need to see more of these guys. Like, defense is a big part of basketball. So I feel like it does have to be modified. And on top of that, the Blazers just suck. And
that too. Blazers in particular has really always been an organization that kind of really had no identity. Right. They used to be like a kind of tough team in a way, but their identity always changed. Like the New York Knicks, we always going to be a grit and grind team.
Right.
Even if we got Melo or who we got, we still going to have a Rasheed Wallace. We still going to have players that's going to grit and grind. That's our identity as the New York Knicks.
Right.
Same identity as the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies is always going to be a hard-nosed team. The Miami Heat is always going to be some teams just have a structure. LA is always going to be more of a flashy kind of looking team. That dude, I mean?
Right.
So Golden State just built their identity with the threes and shooting and all that. So that's the identity that they built that everybody's moving around.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is it'll be a Golden State. We shooting threes, Splash Bros, whatever. Okay, well, that's the identity that they got. Now it's a copycat league. So everybody tries to do it.
Everybody tries to do it.
You feel what I'm saying? But it's teams like the Miami Heat or LA, they stick to their culture.
Mm-hmm.
So if you a team that don't have no culture, you're an organization that don't have no culture, you got a whole bunch of stat guys that's just looking like, hey, well, this is what's going on. That's what they did. Let's do that.
Go for anything.
You accepting everything, but you not having no culture with what y'all doing. So now when y'all falling and y'all failing the teams that actually has that type of culture, y'all always coming in second place. And that's what them organizations that's always bad, that's how it always looks. They're always a step behind.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's what Portland is right now. So with those scores and all of that, I feel like it's more physical play. It's physical play, not more, but it's physical play going on. But at the same time, you gotta have your guys out there to compete. Like the refs don't dictate a 60-point game. That's effort.
That's crazy.
That's effort. If you work hard, they'll actually bring you closer. And I mean, we know how to bet and everything work with Vegas.
I want to see how close the game was before it got to like a 60-point punch. To just lose by 60 is insane.
If a team had 140 something, I mean, they were scoring 30 points just about every quarter. You wasn't stopping them that whole game.
Yep. First quarter, 29-19, down 10. Second quarter is where it happened. 45-21. Third quarter, 33-13. Fourth quarter, 35-19. So yeah, they never even was in the game.
3 quarters, they scored
Never
over
was
30.
in the game. The high man was 26 points from Thomas Bryant on the Miami Heat. School had 20. Shout out to School, you know what I mean? But outside of that, 60 is crazy.
They gave up 26 to Thomas
60
Bryant.
is crazy. Ayton put in his work. He had 18 and 8. School had 26 and 6. Everybody else, these others, nothing.
Hey yo, why we here, man?
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton, man.
Mm-hmm.
You was on Phoenix. You had a great situation. All you had to do was learn how to guard Jokic one-on-one, or at least ask for help, if anything. You get frustrated. It's looking like, I don't know, I'm not there. It's looking like you bigger in the program. You leave, you go somewhere else, and I just never hear about you. At the end of the day, you a grown man. I ain't saying you got a pilot, whatever it is, but hey, bro, you got to work on yourself and get better. You in a great opportunity. You on Portland. All of that time you was in Phoenix and you felt like you should have had the ball and you could bust homie at and all that other that's the chance to do it. And I'm not lying to you, bro. I haven't been seeing you do it. So at the end of the day, good luck to you and what you doing. But I felt like you was a great piece that could have made that Phoenix team go if you was on the right, you had the right headspace. So now that you had a team where you could do whatever you want and average 50 and shoot all the shots, you still giving me 12-point games that you could have been doing on Phoenix when Chris Paul was just passing you the ball and you was mad. So at the end of the day, my brother, I know you making a lot of money. I know you good and everything. But at the same time, I want to see better for you, man. I just want you to see better for you, you heard?
I'm gonna take my take on DA. You've been playing actually okay in Portland. I just think that you ain't getting a lot of media coverage. Shout out to DA. I actually I met him. He shopped with me. You know what I mean? He spent some money with me. Outside of that little thing, he's averaging 15.8 and 11. He's averaging 15 and 11, so he's giving us a double-double. And he's putting up 58% from the field goal, which is 11th in the NBA. So he's pretty efficient. His last couple of games been good, you know what I mean? But he had that one unbalanced game. I'm not sure what happened right here. The loss against the Clippers. Did they also get smacked? No, they lost by 13. But outside of that, his last 10, it was 18, 8, 25, 20, 31, 33, 22, 30. So, you know what I mean? He been bowling as of recently, he been bowling. So shout out to you, DA. Yeah, keep bowling, bro. Keep bowling.
Last year in Phoenix, he averaged 18 and 10. And he played 20 more games. He only played 48 games this season.
When did he, wasn't he injured or some shit? Like, when did he get there?
He was he was there the whole season. Him being hurt or whatever. I know one game he was snowed in. He couldn't lead a snow, so he was snowed in for a game. But Phoenix, he played 65 games, 30 minutes a game. He played He averaged 18 and 10. And that's with all of them stars that he felt like he wasn't getting his opportunities.
You said Phoenix, Phoenix, he played how many games?
Last year, he played 67.
Oh, he's at 48 right now. Oh,
right now, he's at 48, and he probably got about, 5 more games to go, 7 more games to go. So my thing is, at the end of the day, I feel it, but you was on an opportunity where you just had to follow suit, be part of the program, instead of trying to be bigger than the program. Now you in a situation you could be as big as you want, and you actually doing less. So at the end of the day, you could have just been part of a program and probably could have got some championships and probably could have had more of a legacy. You was going to be rich regardless.
I respect
you know what I'm saying? So, and as a big man, it don't matter if KD was on the team. As the center, you was going to get paid regardless. Like, it doesn't matter who they got, Jordan, whatever. Every team values a center, so the money part wasn't a problem, G.
I definitely agree that had he still been in Phoenix would probably be having a better time right now.
And they would have gave him the bread that he wanted because he's a center. All he had to do was just listen and just use his talent in that way. Boy, I'm looking. If you leave and go to Portland, nigga, it's supposed to be 25 and 12.
Yeah. Yeah,
you feel I bet then go do your thing, go get your numbers.
We're looking at fucking Embiid right now.
Yeah, like, know what I'm saying? Oh, he's supposed to be second all team or something like that. Like, yeah, this is why I left Phoenix. I could go shine a little bit more. Like, I could be me. I bet. Go get your numbers, get your accolades. I respect it. Get your big payday. Yeah, but if the numbers is less and you losing,
from that perspective, I
you
agree.
Gotta fire your agent, man.
From that perspective, I agree. But he definitely been balling. I mean, so yeah, shout out to
Shout out to Aiden, though, man. You incredible talent, man. You incredible talent, man. I ain't trying to get on you.
So me, Kelly Oubre, fine, 50K.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean, he walked up to about 3 refs and was like, "You a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch."
And he said they mom and pops and all of that other. He was going crazy.
He went crazy.
He was bugging.
What's your take on that, man?
My take is it's a bigger thing, man. It's a bigger thing, man. It's a lot of you NBA players, y'all have like a little fraternity, little politics and all that good stuff. And those politics and then those fraternities, y'all look at the refs like basically they piece of shit. They don't know what they talking about. All of that good shit, true. The refs is calling balls, all that. All right, that's how y'all look at it. That's dope. But this is what I'm telling y'all as a person that watched the game. Yeah. If y'all looking at the refs and y'all barking on the refs every 3 seconds, it really look like you suck. And at the same time, you got a whole bunch of kids that I do basketball tournaments for the kids. I could go to a basketball court right now and see the kids. If it's a ref looking and they do a garbage move or something like that, they're going to say, where's the foul at? And they're going to blame the ref. It's never the fact that they got to get their skills right. They got to work on their ball handling, or maybe the move got to be sharper. Or maybe Kelly Oubre should have dunked the ball instead of trying to lay it up on Kawhi Leonard. Who knows? But to go and to bark on the refs, I feel like it's a lame move. Do ref miss calls? Yeah. But I also see y'all traveling every time y'all go into the hole. I also see y'all pushing the shoving when y'all coming down the court. A lot of times y'all don't have relationships with the ref. So y'all arguing with them, calling them out their names. You're not going to have no relationship with them. If you have a relationship with them, more things will happen for you.
Fact.
But if I see the most softest of people, and I'm not saying nobody in particular, but I'm just saying, y'all, it's a foul call, and they like, yo, ref, what happened? It's like, damn. Yeah.
Running down on the ref.
You running down on a 60-year-old dude right now.
Older dude that's just doing his job. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like you said, though, they missed the call. But I do agree that is a cultural thing that even since young, I mean, even at AAU games, you see a bad call, the little kid is running up to an adult trying to curse him out or telling him, yo, whatever.
And the ref don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I do agree with the travel shit. A lot of y'all players is getting away with travels. Y'all getting away with a whole bunch of crazy shit. Y'all glorify that. Y'all getting away for flops. Y'all getting away with flops, all type of shit. But when the ref call an actual call, that should have happened. Y'all want to run down and get all aggressive and get in his face and all type of shit. I'm
going to be real. Half of y'all players don't really got good footwork. So when y'all gathering to go to the hole, when y'all doing spin moves, half of those, 75% of those is travels. Because y'all feet work ain't right. Y'all footwork ain't right. But at the same time, if the ref call that, he's a bad guy. He's supposed to let us play, ref. But y'all traveling every time because y'all don't got good footwork. Instead of working on your footwork, you going, come on, man. There's so many things we get into. I know the refs ain't the cool guys. I know the refs ain't in the club. He ain't popping bottles in the spots with y'all. That's cool. I'm just bringing up straight facts, man. If you a player, all the great players that I seen, they ain't really talk to the refs that much. They got understanding. Yo, what happened? How you do that? Yo, you know I ain't touching them, right? All right, cool. We on the next one. It's not you a bitch, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ain't really it for me, bro. Hey, Oubre, that was kind of a sucker move, my nigga.
So even speaking on it, that was kind of crazy. That was kind of like just mad, loud, and kind of extra a little bit. And I mean, I that was my take when I seen it. I was like, all right, it was kind of I laughed at it, but I was like, damn, you just did too much. You know what I mean? Now you definitely not getting no calls. They not calling shit.
Everything's an under on my side for you. Everything's an under.
They ain't calling nothing for Oubre. They're gonna be on Oubre's heels.
Next 5 games.
You know what I mean? So even with shit like that, I just want to just go into this next one because it's kind of related to the same topic.
All right, and I got one more for y'all.
What's that?
Something up. You know, players might be saying little things like, oh, nah, what about all of that is cool. What the refs do is the refs is like, okay, they be yelling at us and they be saying all of these things because the emotions is high. It's a basketball game. They playing a highly competitive game.
Right.
So the emotions is high. So they tell the refs if they not blatantly disrespecting y'all, then just kind of let it fly. What I'm saying is that could work for the WNBA where women could be emotional and probably whatever it is. But if you're a grown man and you in a competitive state and you can't hold your emotions and you got to bark on the ref that's not guarding you or contesting your shot or nothing, you just barking on somebody else, I ain't gonna lie. That's not it. That's not cool.
Or you get a lot of the dudes that get the touch fouls. Well, that wasn't a foul. A lot of that stuff with shooters, guards going up, guys shooting, and they hit the elbow. They talk about it's not a foul, bro. That's a foul, bro. That's a foul. Automatically, that's a foul. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree that some guys just got to toughen up. Sometimes you get that good call where the ref might not call it or the ref calls some bullshit. We get that. But if you're not a goddamn star player, nobody don't know you. You just came in the league 2 years ago. You looking for calls? Fuck off, buddy.
Every game we can see somebody arguing with the refs. It'll be a foul. And then you see the replay, slapped him dead in his face. His headband came off, and he's looking at him like, "Oh, come on, like you gonna call that?" It's like, bro, what are y'all talking about?
Fuck off,
y'all
buddy.
need to have them old school refs in the hood that used to work out every day. Nigga, that's a foul.
So what's your take on like Draymond thing? That's kind of the same thing. I mean, is Draymond good for the NBA in all actuality? You know what I mean? I actually like the fact that he stands up to the refs. I mean, Draymond got like that villain with the refs. You know what I mean? Sometimes it costs him because he get kicked out of the game or the team might actually need him. But I feel like you need that one player that keeps standing up to the refs. And at the end, I feel like that puts pressure on the NBA to tell the refs that like, yo, y'all got to fall back a little bit at least. Like all these soft ass texts, players getting text for no reason. You know what I mean, I seen a player get a text for giving a ref back the ball. It was Max Strus. He gave one of the female refs back the ball. He didn't even throw it to her aggressively or nothing. He got hit with a foul call. He got the ball. He threw it right to her. She hit him with a tech because how he threw the ball to her. So you can't blame a player for getting tight and barking on the ref like that. I mean, obviously he didn't run down on the female ref and go crazy, but everybody look confused like, yo, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So players like Draymond Green, when they do stuff like when I feel like a Draymond that's consistent with his shit and he ain't backing down, then I respect it. A Kelly Oubre out of nowhere, you just running up to 3 refs, you a bitch, because like you said, you didn't dunk the ball at a moment you should have dunked instead of trying to lay it up against Kawhi. You probably were trying to get the foul and didn't get it. Obviously, that's what that situation was. Should have dunked the ball, you know what I'm saying? But Draymond actually stands 10 toes every single time. I mean, ain't nothing different. Draymond stands 10 toes. So do you think Draymond is actually good? Know what I mean, I think more players need to stand up like that. But what you think?
I ain't gonna lie. I think Draymond fried. And I'm saying it because it is like it has to be a science to what you do. And I think Golden State, they don't know how to deal with a person that deal like us. You understand what I'm saying? To them, it's like he need therapy. He need but nah, it's just a guy.
He's thugging it out.
He just thugging it out. So when it's thugging it out, you got to sit him down and say, yo, what's the science to what you do? Now, I could see in the beginning, it's a young Curry. People might push him around, young Clay. So yeah, you standing up and you doing certain things so the refs can stay off. We get more calls because Steph and Clay or something might not be the vocal leaders. All right, in the beginning, cool. That might motivate us when certain things happen. You standing up to LeBron, we looking up to LeBron like we got posters of him, and you the one like, nah, we good. All of that helps when we all the little brothers.
Right.
That don't help when we the big brothers.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. When we the big brothers and we the big dog, it don't work no more. Like now, we already respect it. So now what are you doing? So before the stuff that he used to do when they was the little brothers, it used to motivate and ignite the team. Now when he's the older brother, it's more like you distracting what we're trying to do. Like it's not like before we was doing it, it was a strategy to it. Now, what's your strategy? You can't say, oh, nah, we gotta do the play.
You was the enforcer. You know Draymond's the enforcer.
But it's nothing to enforce. It's at the point now where it's like the things he did before with Cleveland and all that, it had an impact with the other players on the court. The stuff he do now, it's just the impact with the refs and the coaches. Everybody's on the court like, they just leaving it alone. It's not affecting what's happening on the court. Nobody's not looking like, damn, he's about to come and do this to me. Like nobody's not scared no more.
Nobody don't care. Nobody not worried about that.
Because they feel like if they tell on the dude, the ref's gonna have their back. So now it's looking more like he is the hood dude, and everybody else on the court is the civilians, and everybody is protecting the civilians. He's really on the island by himself.
Yourself look crazy, but I do feel that you can't just let these refs get away with these bullshit calls, these soft ass texts, and let them do it, and nobody don't say nothing. You just stand down. I think that what he does against the players, he be wilding. All right, Draymond, you be wilding. But when you be thugging it out towards the refs, I feel like sometimes you could calm it down, but I like that you stand up to the refs. You need that. More players should be standing up to the refs.
I like that
when
too.
It's bullshit calls and shit like that. But soft ass texts and shit like that.
But this is what I'm telling you though, Draymond, because what kills all the people that think like us is the ego part. So don't be King Konging so much. You better pay attention to how 30 is looking at you. You really need to pay attention to that, because at the end of the day,
you're costing us games.
Because at the end of the day, all of that shit is meant for 30. So in the beginning, you can say, yeah, we're trying to win championships. But Draymond, you got to have a talk with 30. And 30 is not the type to really pull you to the side and talk to you. So if he's starting to do things that he don't like, if he's not on your side, you don't have a side to be on, Draymond. That's to be honest. So he can say whatever he want to do. All of that is to preserve them championships for that shit that Steph Curry created. So Steph Curry might be like, nah, that's Dre, that's my bro. Word, he snuff pool, that's just Dre. A bunch of stuff, Curry, to his personality, could be like, it's not me, I'm gonna leave it alone.
That shit gonna start running down.
That's what I'm saying. Curry could be like, that ain't me, I'm leaving it alone. We make the playoffs, my legacy, I'm getting my accolades, I'm good. But now I can't make the playoffs this season, that's messing up my legacy.
We need somebody else over here.
Steph Curry ain't make the playoffs this season. Hold on, what's happening, yo? We gotta hit this stretch right now. And you want to get teched out right now? Now you messing up my bottom line. Before, what Draymond did ain't really mess up Curry's bottom line. So now, Draymond, you got to pay attention to your moves, my brother. You saying you affecting the team. The team is scared of you. They don't know how to approach you. Curry don't got to approach you. He just got to make a phone call and you're going to be in Ireland. I don't matter how many championships
you won. Guangdong Tigers next year.
And the Shanghai Noodles, nigga. So like I said, Draymond, bro, I really believe that you can add good stuff to a team. And I know mentally you might be checked out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a legacy play. The same thing when y'all was the young boys and y'all was trying to build for legacy. Everything was for the Warriors and to get these championships and to show y'all was the greatest. Right. I would say Draymond, go back to that mindset. I feel like he strayed away from that mindset. It's not Warriors first and championships first. It's something else right now that's above that. So whatever that is, if I'm the organization, I'm asking him what's the science to what he's doing. Because I know it's not organizational first.
They know that. I don't think Draymond there for too long after this. They know what's going on. They Draymond won't be there for too long. That's what I think.
And then he said, yeah, I want to be on the team, but I want to be hands-on and bringing up Kuminga. No, hell no. Because now I got you polluting the young boys that hell nah. Yeah. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's different when you the young boy. When you the older dude, it's a different level of responsibility. Your actions trickle down to everybody else under you. So if you want to tell the people under you it's good to choke people or hit people, none of that, that's not a good. You might know the science to what you did, but everybody else not going to understand that. You feel me?
I don't think they give a fuck. Draymond's out of there soon.
I think
they, like you said, that team is them behind the door people. Those behind the door people making moves happen. I don't think Draymond's there for too long. I think he's starting to spoil his reputation over there. That's my personal take looking from the outside.
It's been spoiled, man. It's just out of control. And I understand they was in an uncomfortable position. It was like, we don't want to break up something that was great. We don't want to break it up ourselves. Like the organization don't want to break it up. Y'all will have to break it up.
I think it's done. But the Warriors dynasty, we'll see. We'll see. What you got for me?
Good luck to the Warriors, man. I got the Doc Rivers. Y'all man, Doc Rivers led Milwaukee Bucks, continues to lose winnable games at 11-6 since the All-Star break. Do you think the Doc Rivers addition helped the Bucks organization?
I think Doc Rivers probably came in too late into the season to try to take over this team and figure everything out. But I still think that the Bucks is they're a weapon. The Bucks are a weapon. I feel like you probably don't really want to see them in the playoffs. If they all healthy, chemistry probably too late. It's probably too late for that now. I feel like whatever they figured out, they're gonna have to figure it out within this run, within this. They in the playoffs. They gonna be in the playoffs. Let me see what the Bucks are.
Yeah, they in second right now.
They second? Oh yeah, they gonna be all right.
Knicks on them. I'm saying, but since that lose scared, now the Knicks is making a play where we get that second seed.
They just lost two in a row. They 5-5 in their last 10. I'm not really worried about that because you don't really want to see them in the playoffs. And Doc is not Doc is not the best coach in the world. Doc, you're not the best coach in the world. You're not the worst either, but you done fucked up a lot of 3-1 leads and you done stained your reputation. So I wouldn't but this one I'm not gonna put this blame on you, Doc. I ain't gonna say that you the reason why the Bucks suck. I just think that it's new. They probably didn't figure it out yet. I think we still gelling. But for us to be in second place in the East, we doing all right. I ain't mad at 5-5 in the last 10. Going into the playoffs, we'll figure it out. You don't really want to see them in a half-court matchup in the playoffs.
Okay. You know, I've never been a fan of Doc. Like, coaching-wise. As a person, I'm pretty sure he's dope. I don't know him as a person. But as a coach, it is always... I know your coaching style. If you're going to let people do what they want to do and kind of embrace, like, them, you got to have a certain group of people that allow you to do that.
Right.
And that's why I keep saying, with that Celtics group, that was the perfect group that allowed him to do that. So when you go on with Giannis and all that, you allowing them people to do what they want to do. You don't know if that's best for the team. You don't know if that's best for them. So in the beginning, it worked. You wanna put people in their best positions or what they comfortable with, cool. But the guy before, he was trying out new things for a reason.
Right.
Because he knew in certain stretches, certain things was gonna happen. He was there before, prior, you know what I'm saying?
Griffin.
So he knew what certain dynamics was gonna come into play. So he was having them work on that now. But when they was working on it, they wasn't liking it because they was getting in situations. So now they bring in Doc. All right, be comfortable again. And now y'all going through these losses. Now who's gonna figure it out? Because Doc is not the person he's not the coach that figures it out.
Right.
He's the coach that lets you be 100%. You. So now, I hope it might be another Miami situation. I hope they don't see a Miami or something like that, because they're not really as scary. They really a matchup team, similar to the Mavericks.
Right.
Celtics is like a good powerhouse team.
Yeah, I don't think that the Bucks is a scary team. I don't think it's scary, but
it's a matchup. You scared of Giannis. Middleton never been 100% this whole time. Dame is still trying to get a feel. Sometimes he don't know whether to be the super passer or to be Dame time. You know what I'm saying? They still figuring out the role, and the coach is the one that's supposed to help. Now, I feel like Doc can help them figure out those roles by empowering everybody to beat them. But at the same time, when it gets down and you need the players is like, what to do, coach? That's not Doc.
That's not Doc.
Doc is what you think.
Doc done fuck that situation up too many times.
You feel what I'm saying? So
too many times he done messed that up, blowing multiple 3-1 leads. I mean, that everybody knows about. So yeah, I agree with that. Doc is not that coach. But this year, I wouldn't blame this on Doc. I wouldn't say, you're the reason why the Bucks is losing games. I wouldn't blame him.
If they don't make it to the championship, it has to be Doc.
This year?
They made that coaching change for that extra. They already knew Griffin was going to bring him to the playoffs and make a run. They thought Doc was that extra, you know what I'm saying, to bring him to the finals.
I like Boston. Boston wins this year. Boston wins at least the Eastern Conference.
Boston gets out the East?
Yeah, Boston comes out the East. I'm gonna still go with Minnesota. Everybody stay healthy and all that. Cat come back. I'm gonna go with Minnesota to pull out the championship this year. But Boston coming out the East.
Okay, so follow right up to my follow-up question. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves is on a late season surge, tied for first place with the win against the Denver Nuggets yesterday. Is Ant-Man making a solid case for MVP with no Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah, but I feel like whoever was already locked for that, they already kind of locked. So he's making a strong push. He's standing out. He's showing out.
We haven't been talking that shade talk in like 2 weeks since. Denver's been number one, and now the Timberwolves is number one in the West.
He definitely making a run though. Let me pull some numbers up. What you think though? What you think about that?
I think he's definitely in that conversation because they'll have the top record, and he's the best player on the team with the top record, and his number 2 option is hurt. So all of those things, if you are MVP voter, that got to be put into consideration. I might not give him as much points as probably Tatum for always leading this whole season, always keeping his team afloat, but I ain't gonna lie, him and Shea might be battling for that other spot right now to me. Because if Shea been consistently doing this, averaging 30, he always had his whole team the whole time. Them young boys been rolling.
Going crazy.
But Cat been hurt, and they still been making this run. Like Jalen Green, we're gonna talk about him a little bit later, but Şengün got hurt. We thought they was dead in the water, and these dudes is knocking out winning streaks. So it's like, you gotta respect it.
You know what? It's a top 4. It's Luka, Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards. He's making that case.
Oh, so Shea not even there no more.
Top 4 MVP odds, NBA MVP odds 2024. It's Luka, Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards. That's betting odds, but MVP odds, let me just put this right here. MVP odds, Jokic, runaway favorite, SGA, and Doncic falling behind. So we got Jokic, Shea, Luka, Giannis, Tatum, Edwards. Who you like out of that list most realistically to
Say the list one more time.
Nikola Jokic, Shea, Luka, Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards. Who is your favorite to win MVP out of that list?
It depends who's number one out that West. If Denver get that number one, Jokic is probably going to be averaging a triple-double, if not close to it. Right. And similar to Ant-Man, his second option, Jamal Murray, wasn't playing a lot of the season. So he was really carrying that shit by himself, and they number one in the West. That's the one thing I will give him over Tatum. The numbers, and Tatum had his team pretty much healthy the whole time, and they've been coasting.
He was balling out with a good team.
Yeah, so I would say the most valuable player. So like Jalen Brown, God forbid something would have went down, and then Tatum had to carry it for a stretch of games and average 35 and all of that. It's like, okay, bet. Jokic did that. He's doing that right now, actually. I mean, during this stretch. So I could see that. It really depends who get that first in the West. Whoever get that first in the West between the T-Wolves and the Nuggets, I go with the best player on that team. I'm not gonna lie. That's very interesting.
Because being how stacked the West is, now looking at the rankings and looking at the list myself, and seeing how Ant has been playing, I don't know though, bro. Because you still gotta respect what Luka's been doing this season, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, he's not even on that. Real shit. I'm gonna say here, if Brunson get the Knicks to the number 2 spot, I'll take Luka out. I'll take Luka out and put Brunson in. Just because Luka and them is like 5th and 6th. And depending on how these last couple games go, they could be in the play-in.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. Luka been balling.
Luka Magic is still Luka Magic. I ain't tripping on that.
Bro. But I like that.
Jalen Brunson been too. If they make that, that's what I'm saying. If the Knicks is 5th seed, 6th seed or something like that, cool. But we didn't have Randall. Mitchell Robinson been out, know what I mean? And he's just been keeping the joint afloat. So we that number 2 seed over the Bucks.
Yeah,
I got him over Luka. I might have him over Giannis too, to be honest with you.
I was about to say, would you keep Giannis in there too? Because I would definitely say that Brunson been balling out more than Giannis and shit. But I feel like the Bucks ain't been getting that media coverage. The Bucks ain't been getting that nationwide media spread. I mean, since they've been stinking up games and not really figuring it out. I feel like the Bucks has been kind of quiet.
That's why, because they got shit they got to figure out.
Outside of that, though, I feel like who's underrated on this list is Shea, bro. Shea has been one of the most consistent players in the NBA.
Facts.
Period.
It's because they just lost that number 1 spot. If they were still coasting on that number 1 spot, then we'll still be talking about
Shea. You say, all right, bet Thunder's still balling.
They lost a couple games.
But the number 1 spot is going in and out. That shit is up, down, up, down, up, down. Today, tomorrow is a nigga's number 1.
Not on the East.
On the West, I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. On the West, it's because teams is winning and they beating the Thunder. Right. You got to lose the spot. If they keep winning, they don't got to worry about nothing.
That's true.
So it be games. I mean, Thunder made a surge. So about that West, they all trying to get that home court advantage because they know how important it is.
So even back to that Bucks situation, under Adrian Griffin, the Bucks were 30-13. Right now under Doc, they 14-13.
And they're not in the process of figuring nothing out. They're just hooping. So that's even worse. 30-13, and we're trying things out to see what's going to work.
Right.
I love it. But now 14-13, and we letting y'all do what y'all do.
I would have kept Adrian Griffin, but to me, I still don't blame Doc. I still think that it's some of the players' fault too. Oh, we just got to gel and figure it out. Unless Doc is just coming in with these bullshit-ass plays, and them shit just doodle. And
it all goes to the organization because the organization decided to give the players what they wanted instead of what they needed.
I would have kept Adrian Griffin.
You know what I'm saying?
What about you?
It's very it's a compromising situation. I probably would have got another coach. It just wouldn't have been Doc. Because if Giannis and them is feeling that way, you don't want to. No, we just keeping them, and then Giannis want to go somewhere else with his brother in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we gonna lock that. All right, cool. But
that's true.
You can't come to me and say, "Well, get Doc."
Right.
You can say, "I don't like this." You don't like that, cool. But you can't say, "I don't like this." Go get Doc. No, we're not doing that.
That's true.
Now we're gonna find out how we gonna make that work, and that's what organizations do instead of just, "Oh, we'll give him who works best with the player, Doc. Let's get Doc." It's like you do too much generic shit. Like that's why it never works out. You know what I'm saying? Because they never try to do nothing that makes. They always do shit that just they research and stuff. So
What you got, man?
That's on that. I got okay, let's predict the playing teams. Who we think at the end of the day is gonna make that 7th and 8th spot? I'll just bring up 4 teams from the East.
Bet.
You let me know if these teams, what 2 teams out of these 4 is gonna get that 7th and 8th playoff spot.
Bet.
I got the Miami Heat, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Chicago Bulls, and the Atlanta Hawks. Those are the teams fighting for that play-in. Which 2 teams make that 7th and 8th spot? Miami Heat, Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks, Philadelphia 76ers.
I'm going to say, all right, so Philly just lost 3 games in a row. They on a 3-game losing streak right now.
The Heat and the Sixers is leading by a couple games, though, so they comfortable. But those teams will probably play each other in the play-in. The Heat will have to play the Bulls, and the Sixers will have to play the Hawks in the play-in.
That was my next thing. Outside of that, I think it will be Philly and Miami. To tell you the truth, I think it will be Philly and Miami. Atlanta is a lot of games behind. They back 6 games,
but they still get that playing game. Whoever win that game get the spot.
I'll take Miami.
So 1 game Miami could beat the Hawks.
Yeah.
And 1 game the Sixers could beat the Bulls.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
The Bulls is the scary one.
That's what I was gonna say. The Bulls is scary.
All right, so and I hate this too. The Atlanta's on a 4-game winning streak. So don't take that. Don't discredit that. Atlanta's on a 4-game winning streak. So
facts.
They might be the scary factor. They might be the scary ones. But outside of that, they still go home first round. But I'll take Miami and Philly. I'll take that.
Miami. Okay. I agree with the Heat for sure, because I feel like the Heat has proven that they can. It's just that Heat allure where it's like they can just kick it in out of like glass seat. They can just make it happen. So it's like
Atlanta's sneaky though.
I'm still rocking with that. Atlanta, I got to see how Trae Young is doing right now. It's the Murray show because Young been out for a little bit of time.
So you're talking the Bulls.
If the Bulls go against the Sixers, and even if B come back, he's been out for damn near a month or 2, so he's still gonna be a little sluggish. I ain't gonna lie. If it's any game that could be competitive,
it'll be that
DeMar DeRozan's the best player on that court.
That's true.
Maxey still got to step his game up. That's Debo day. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? That's his time to be Debo. So I feel like that's setting them up right now for upset. So I like the Heat, and I'm gonna go on a whim right here. I'm gonna take the Bulls to try to go at it with one of them.
All right,
and
so I got Miami, Philly. You got Miami Bulls.
Okay, let's go. All right, and we got the West. Playing teams for the West. We have 5 teams on this side because, it's very close on that side. So we got the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
We got the Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, and a team that can make it, the Houston Rockets. That's been kind of hot. So how you feel about
very
the Suns?
Hot?
Because these are all Hall of Famers is on each of these teams besides the Kings and the Rockets.
2 games left in the season, right? I'm gonna go 7 and 8.
You got the Suns, the Kings, the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Rockets. Who could make that 7th and 8th?
I like the Kings. Whether they 7 or 8 don't matter to me. I like the Kings.
Okay.
But outside of that, the sneakiest team here is Houston. The sneakiest team here is Houston. We already expect everybody else to do what they got to do to get to the next round. We already expecting Phoenix. We already expecting the Kings. We already expecting the Lakers. We already expecting Steph Curry and them to pull off this magical fucking 3-point show and get into the play-in. We already expecting that. What everybody is not expecting is the Houston Rockets, which are on an 11-game winning streak.
Shout out to Jalen Green and
Shout
the
out
boys.
Jalen Green.
Fred VanVleet and them dudes.
Everybody's not expecting them. They are the sleeper team, especially if Sengun could get healthy.
Interesting.
They are the sleeper team. So I'm gonna go Houston, Sacramento. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go Sacramento Lakers. I'm not counting out AD and LeBron. I'm not counting it out.
The West is super interesting. Well, I feel like the Suns is a slightly above level than all of them. They kind of been slightly above all of these dudes the whole year. It's just that the West is so competitive. It's game. So I like Phoenix to that absolute spot you're talking about. It don't matter if it's 7 or 8. I like Phoenix kind of sitting there.
Okay.
Now, after that is matchup problems. The Kings match up well against the Lakers.
Right. And AD hasn't been Sabonis ever.
Right. the Warriors knocked out the Kings last time. But then the Lakers going against, the only thing that could probably substitute Game 7 Curry is Game 7 LeBron.
100%. I'm taking.
You feel what I'm saying? If it's
LeBron.
Game 7 Curry going against the Rockets or the Kings, like it's Curry at the end of the day. I gotta rock with 30. But if it's LeBron, I know. Hold on, we gonna have to.
We gotta relax.
We gotta see it back and forth.
Right.
Like LeBron not just gonna sit there while you go off. Like I'm saying, so
100%.
that's what's so interesting about the West is like it's gonna be Hall of Famers going against each other for the play-in. So
just
you're
to
gonna
get
see
into play-in.
You're gonna see Game 7 Curry going against Game 7 Braun in this one game just because.
So this is the one that counts.
You feel me? I don't know if it's in the Rockets. I never seen a Game 7 Jalen Green. Now I can see Jalen Green going off and they losing similar to how Ant-Man, he went off against the Nuggets, but he lost.
They lost.
He showed you that next year he's gonna come back.
Come back. Yeah.
He's not playing with you. That's what Ant-Man is on right now.
Right.
So I can see Jalen Green kind of setting that up for him next year with, okay, I want to come back. I want to come back here. I like this type of feel. So I can see that with the Rockets. But the Kings been steady the whole time. I'm going to take the Kings going against the Warriors for that 8th spot.
I got the Kings in that game.
You got the Kings beating the Warriors?
The Kings
getting their payback? Lighting the beam on them?
Y'all going home this time.
That's going to be a great game.
We going home this time. We sending y'all home this time.
Great game.
I see it.
Okay, what we got, Q? What else we got?
All right, so for me on my end, brother, it's back to them Warriors guys, man. They got a 23.9% chance of getting into the playoffs. Will they do it, or is it over for the Warriors dynasty as we all know to be it?
Damn.
What do you think, brother?
The Warriors dynasty is over. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
The Warriors dynasty is over. Unfortunately, I wish it would have stayed longer.
It was a beautiful run.
Beautiful. Historic. If Warriors is really a matchup, If you got Curry going against young boys and they never seen Curry with the leash off, they just seen Curry how he plays, trying to get it. But Curry with the leash off is different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. That's what we seen when Draymond got ejected. It's like, no, the leash got to come off. So the young boys getting that Steph, I think it might be too much for them. It might not be too much for the Kings, though, because the Kings got it last year. So they kind of felt that energy.
They know what's going on.
Right. So now they'll be prepared.
And they know where they fucked up at.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that works. And I think Draymond, he don't have that intimidation effect no more.
Right.
It's more like, let me antagonize him and get him kicked out the game.
Right.
So with that being lost, that's a big loss to the team. I think the Kings will get him, bro. I think the Kings will get him. I think they got the possibility to get LA.
Who?
The Warriors. If they get in the play-in, they could beat LA.
I ain't jacking that. I'm not jacking
beat
that.
LA. It'll be a lot closer, me thinking about it, than it'll be the Kings. Because the Kings already the Kings probably want to play them.
The Kings waiting for that.
Yeah, they
Kings
might
waiting
be,
for that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So 23% chance.
Yep.
With Steph Curry, I give it 46 because I'm gonna double up with, you know what I mean, with a Hall of Famer. I actually like him to make it. I don't know who they're gonna beat.
They gonna get that 7. They gonna get that 7-8.
7, I got Phoenix. So 8,
Warriors.
Nah, I'm gonna give it to the Kings, bro.
The Warriors not making it.
I'm gonna give it to the Kings.
So
Yeah.
I agree with that. I actually think that the Warriors won't get it done. I think that the Steph Curry magic might still be around, but the Warriors magic is done. The only difference this time is that weapon off the bench is Clay now. That's a major difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Clay starting last time. You know what I mean? When they sent them home. But now you got him coming off the bench, and he's coming off the bench as a fucking flamethrower. He been playing good. You know what I mean?
Shit, Sacramento got a flamethrower too. They got Monk.
They got Monk, and they got a great bench. They got great chemistry also. I feel like the Warriors' chemistry is probably a little bit rattled right now. I don't think that is all love and dandy in that locker room like it was over the past 10 years.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that they won't make the playoffs. That 23% chance is looking like 2 thumbs down.
Damn, Steph, Clay, I fucks with y'all too, Steve Kerr, man. I do, man. I just can't. I can't.
We gotta put the Grand Theft Auto wasted shit right here. What you got, Stacks?
So that was it for real.
That was it for you. So I got actually one more, man.
What's up?
Houston Rockets, 11-game win streak, being led by Jalen Green. What do you think, brother? Is he underrated?
I think exactly where he need to be. I think he's at the part, he a young boy, and he making his case that we should be watching him play. So I think he's doing everything he's supposed to do. I saw him with an interview. He said he's doing it for his family. So a man that's doing it for his family, he got a new outlook on things. If that's how he look at things.
Word. Shout out to you, Jalen Green. I know you got the baby. Congratulations on that. Welcome to fatherhood. You know what I mean? My dog keep balling out. I mean, shout out to you, man. I think that you actually you will be the face of the Rockets. I think that you're getting better and better. And bro, the sky's the limit for you, son. Just keep balling out and keep doing your thing, man.
Word, him and Şengün could be the modern day Jokic and Murray. You know what I'm saying? They can hold it down from that 2 and that 5 spot. Just keep working on your game. Stay locked in. You know what I mean? Stay true to yourself and come on the Mandula's podcast and chop it up with us, nigga. Stop playing.
Come chop it up with your dogs, man.
Stop playing, my guy.
Before we get out of here, a little bit of boxing, man. Just one little take. Now, I mean, we got a fight tonight. You know, shouted it out. Rolly Ramirez versus Pitbull Cruz. It should be a little spark fight. Rolly Ramirez is 15-1. His only loss is to Tank. Pitbull Cruz is 25-2-1. He also lost to Tank, but he put up a better fight than Rolly did. Rolly got knocked out by Tank.
Okay.
Tonight I actually got Rolly winning the fight. When he fought Tank, he actually was he put some gloves on Tank. I wouldn't say that it was a dog walk, but Tank ended up knocking his ass out and put him to sleep in bad fashion. Outside of that, he put up a good fight before that happened. But Pitbull Cruz, he's real low. He's behind that guard. I think he'll have a good couple of moments. And if he hits if he hits Rolly with one of them hooks, if he catches him with one of them shits, which is how Tank put him down, Tank went under, I believe, a hook or a straight, went under it, caught him with a hook, put him to sleep, dropped him on the ropes. If Cruz catch one of them catches, know what I mean? Catch, roll, catch him with a hook, Rolly's going out. But I do like Rolly for the win tonight. I got Rolly for the win. We'll tap in more about it next week.
So to put it more, you predict. Give me a better prediction. You got knockout or you got decision?
I think we going all the way. Pitbull. I don't think Rolly isn't going to knock Pitbull out. I think Pitbull can knock Rolly out. I don't think Rolly can knock Pitbull out.
And Romero's kind of taller, right? Like 6'1", 6'2" or something.
Yeah, Romero's taller. So if Rolly come out of that guard and Pitbull's short, if Pitbull come out of that guard, he got like a real tight guard. If he come out of it and Rolly's chin is up and he catches him, I think that Rolly loses. But if we talking about boxing, getting to the last round, I think Rolly wins by cards.
Okay, so Rolly's the better boxer.
I believe. It's hard to say that. So in the last couple of fights that I seen of Cruz fought this one dude, white dude. That was a bad fight. That was a terrible fight, which he should have knocked the dude out because the dude had his hands down most of the time and he was hitting him with some hooks. So I don't know what happened that fight. If I was going off that fight right there, Rolly's definitely gonna win tonight. You know what I mean? If I was going off that fight, but yeah, I don't think that Rolly could knock Cruz out. I think that Cruz, if he catches the right punch and if Rolly's chin is high, that's how Tank caught Rolly. Tank fucking caught Rolly flush on the jaw, put him to sleep, got out of there, punch he didn't even see. If Cruz catch him with one of those, then I can see that being a repeat. But I don't think that Rolly can knock Cruz out. He got a good defense. His guard is kind of high. He got to catch him with like a punch that he don't see coming.
All right, so you going with the decision win by Rolly?
I'm going with the decision win by Rolly. Decision. If we go all the way to the end, I think Rolly wins.
I'm going to jump out the window, man. We're going to go with the knockout in the 10th, man, by Pitbull, man.
They ain't going to knock him out?
By Pitbull, man. I like the name Pitbull, man. Hell yeah. I haven't really saw the fighting styles too much. I know, I mean, that's your thing.
Right.
I just been tapping into it since we've really been locking in, though. But Pitbull, I'm going by, he's an aggressive fighter. I know for a fact Rolly is taller, so going against a smaller defender, you don't want him to get all inside 100%. Your body. So I know Rolly's going to try to keep him at distance.
100%.
So we're going to see how it works. So I'm going to be watching this fight tonight. If he got him close, then I'm going to be feeling comfortable with Pitbull. If I see it's a distance and he's boxing the right way, keeping him out, then I'm going to go with, then I'm going to lean towards Romero.
Say no more, man. Episode mother effing 9.
Come on, man.
We made it, man. We won away from 10, man. You know how we take them out, man. How we feel, man?
Come on, man. Oh, I got one thing, man. I want to shout out boy Hardy, man, one time for
shout
Hardy
out to Jahad, man. Shout out to Jahad, man.
So we gonna play
my friend, my brother.
So we gonna play this music video, man, from my guy Hardy, man. Hardy World, he from my hood in Queensbridge, and he tragically went down for gun violence. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that, you know what I'm saying, we trying to fix in the urban areas, and we trying to make sure that there's no senseless killing, you know what I'm saying, in no areas, you know what I'm saying? So Hardy was a good dude, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't 100%. Really affiliated with nothing. He stood up for his. He worked 100%. Hard, and you know what I'm saying, he ain't asked nobody for nothing. He was really a good person. So we just want to show his music video, you know what I'm saying, and spread some love and spread some light to him and the people that he loved, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Sin. Shout out to GMN. Let's get it, man. Hardy World forever, man.
We out here,
Like
man.
my dog, miss you, King.
Mandulas.
We out. Episode 9. Subscribe, like, share. Tell your mama.
You
tell
feel
your
me?
daddy. Tell your brother. Tell your sister.
Tell your mother.
Tell your mother.
Deep bangers.
My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. I am talking, but these fuck niggas now want no beats. QB, dot block, that's Jalen, bitch, that's the team. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. I am talking, but these fuck niggas now want no beats. QB, dot block, that's Jalen, bitch, that's the team. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. Money talk, let's talk that. Gripped up, I'm talking all black. Niggas talk, but they ain't say nothing. Play cool, you don't wanna start nothing. Start talking in that pound, start busting. Say they shoot, but they ain't shoot nothing. Fake niggas can't trust them. Them people you gotta watch them. They say they good, but they eating cheese. These fuck niggas be ratting. Free my niggas till they all get free. Cash rules everything around me. Got a bad bitch, only want the top. Kush roll, bitch, we smoking on loud. Smoke good, we sitting on clouds. Money long, my team too strong. Lean in my cup, I can't go wrong. Molly up, she turned up. Don Block, that's QB. Jim man be the family. Everybody know we the money team. Catch up, nigga, don't get left. Fuck niggas, they about to get wet. Everywhere I go, niggas rep my set. Bitches is calling me from left and right. They only calling cause they want the pipe. You can't get left if you can't get right. Jim in the family, bitch, get it right. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. I am talking, but these fuck niggas they don't want no beats. QB, dot block, that's Jalen, bitch, that's the team. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. I am talking, but these fuck niggas they don't want no beats. QB, dot block, that's Jalen, bitch, that's the team. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. Fuck niggas, they ain't about that. They don't want no action. They don't want no static. Yo, nigga, stop acting. Fuck nigga, get your money up. You say you raps, get your bars up. Scratch that, get your fans up. Getting money, throw them M's up. Few bitches, no handcuffs. Said some nigga, man up. Kush roll, we hide up. Niggas just don't give a fuck. Wait for a nigga, try us. Me a nigga ghost like Casper. Fuck nigga, don't act up. All that Mac gon' have you screaming G's up. Hardcore nigga, don't freeze up. Big G's, cause I'm G'd up. Tap down when I pull up. Fuck niggas, they don't get no love. These hoes, don't trust them. All this money I racked up. Say something, nigga, you tough. Say something, nigga, you tough. Bitches is calling me from left and right. They only calling cause they want the pipe. You can't get left if you can't get right. Jim in the family, bitch, get it right. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. I am talking, but these fuck niggas they don't want no beats. QB, dot block, that's Jalen, bitch, that's the team. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. My money right and now these bitches won't stop calling me. I am talking, but these fuck niggas they don't want no beats. QB, dot block, that's Jalen, bitch, that's the team. My money right and now these bitches won't stop